Welcome back to The Explainer. Look, if you're gearing up for the IBPS PO exam, you already know the high stakes involved. This isn't just a simple test of your math skills. It's a grueling test of your time management, your prioritization, and honestly, your nerve. Today, we aren't just going to blindly solve equations. Instead, we're going to strategically dissect the entire anatomy of the quantitative aptitude section. We're going to break down the blueprint of this exam so you can attack it with absolute precision.
Here is our roadmap for today. First, decoding the IBPS exam. Then, mastering data interpretation, cracking the number series, solving quadratic equations, and finally, tackling arithmetic word problems.
To really nail this down, we're pulling our examples straight from a real, high-pressure source. We've got Practice Mock's 35-question IBPS PO 2023 previous year paper. We're taking this dense, intimidating material and transforming it into a structured, tactical guide. By analyzing actual test questions, we can show you exactly what you're going to face and how to outsmart it. Because let me tell you, tackling this test sequentially, just starting at question 1 and blindly plodding through, is a massive trap. You literally need a macro strategy.
Section 1. Decoding the IBPS exam. A tactical overview.
Moving on to Section 2, Mastering Data Interpretation, the visual heavyweights.
Okay, so data interpretation is all about rapid-fire data extraction. Take a look at this line graph. It tracks clinic visitors based on their BMI over 5 days. Now, the exam is going to force you to cross-reference multiple data points under extreme pressure. Like you have to instantly compare the under 60 BMI group on Monday versus Friday. And honestly, one quick glance at the wrong colored line and your entire calculation completely falls apart. You're also going to encounter these dense, calculation-heavy tables. Just look at the third column here. It literally demands that you calculate the exact morning and evening worker splits for each and every company before you can even attempt the prompt. It's a massive hidden time sink. Recognizing that kind of trap up front is an absolute game changer for your pacing.
Section 3. Cracking the number series. Pattern recognition.
So, jumping into this section requires a massive cognitive switch. You're going from extracting visual data to rapid-fire logic. Look at question 6. 136, 142, 124, 154. Super sparse, right? Your brain has to test hypotheses in a matter of seconds. If you look really closely, you'll see it's an alternating pattern. Adding 6, subtracting 18, adding 30. It's like a hidden mathematical cadence that you just have to spot instantly. In this rapid-fire section, time is absolutely your biggest enemy. Glancing at these multiple choice options perfectly simulates the real, high-pressure vibe of the exam. You know, sometimes, if you've only established a partial pattern, doing a quick scan of these options can actually help you eliminate the impossibilities and land on the right trajectory way faster than solving the whole thing out.
Now, question 10 is another great example, but it's got a totally different flavor. These numbers, 4, 22, 136, 202, 292, they scale up aggressively. This demands some seriously sharp mental math and really quick validation of exponential growth or multiplication patterns. Basically, if you spend 3 minutes just staring at this without finding the pattern, you've already lost. Recognizing when to skip and come back is a vital survival strategy here.
Section 4. Solving quadratic equations. The algebraic showdowns.
All right. Here, the battlefield changes entirely. It's all about comparing roots. On the left, we've got x squared equals 144. On the right, y squared minus 12y equals 0. Figuring out that x is 12 and negative 12 and y is 0 and 12, well, that's literally just step 1. The real heavy lifting is directly comparing those derived roots against one another to lock down an absolute relationship.
And check this out. Every single quadratic showdown on this exam uses these exact same 5 strategic options. But here's the trap. If even one root of x is greater than y, but another root of x happens to be less than y, you immediately land on option 3. The relationship cannot be established. Mastering this specific finish line is your secret weapon for just sweeping through the algebra section quickly.
Finally, Section 5. Tackling arithmetic word problems. The gauntlet.
I'm not going to lie, this part is an absolute gauntlet. It's this super text-heavy section that ruthlessly tests your reading comprehension right alongside your math skills. Just isolating the text of question 26 shows you exactly how dense and complex these scenarios are. You aren't just crunching numbers, you're parsing physical scenarios, like dealing with liters of a mixture, just to build an algebraic equation in the first place. So the real trick here is to visually break down that wall of text. By taking that paragraph and immediately visualizing, say the 3:2 ratio of milk to water, that abstract variable x suddenly gets anchored to a concrete real-world ratio. And honestly, that visualization is the ultimate key to unlocking the whole equation.
And just to show you exactly how demanding this section gets, look at question 32. It literally layers compound interest and simple interest into a single scenario. Because, one type of interest just wasn't headache-inducing enough, right? It proves that you've got to be able to juggle two completely different mathematical rule sets under extreme pressure just to find the original sum of money invested.
Well, there you have it. We've totally decoded the quantitative aptitude paper for you. You've seen the dense data charts, the rapid-fire number series, the quadratic showdowns, and of course, that absolute arithmetic gauntlet. So now that you understand the true anatomy of this exam and the unique cognitive demands of every single section, I want to leave you with this. Which mathematical category are you going to attack first in your study plan to guarantee your success? Think about your strengths, map out your strategy, and go conquer that exam. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on this explainer.